Air Jordan 4 Rare Air. Highly anticipated, but underappreciated? I don't know what it is about this shoe, but these things kind of sad. Today I'm going to be giving you guys an in-depth look at the Rare Air Jordan 4s. We'll be comparing them to the Jordan 3s as well, and we'll talk about some of the previous releases from the past. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know by now, my name is DJ, and this is the DNA Show. Now looking at the box, you can see you have your classic, now I won't say OG style, but that modern day retro face box era, the black and silver boxes, if you guys remember those. They took reminiscence from that and they added the face all throughout the box with the all black. Very, very nice touch. Very excited about this, and it's dope to see this come back on retros because we've been asking for this for a long time. Now on the rest of the box, you're gonna notice you got that matte black finish all throughout that area, and then you'll see you have your red Jumpman with the white flight text on the back, and the same thing here on the front. Looking at the size tag, it reads Air Jordan 4 Retro Black Fire Red Deep Royal Blue, size 13, just for me. And I'm sorry it took me so long to get this review out, but your boy been busy. Now lifting open the lid of the box, you'll notice you have a white on the back of the lid and a big red Jumpman with the black flight text. That's gonna be similar to the Air Jordan 3 box. Here's the Jordan 4s, here's the Jordan 3s. You notice the boxes are the same, and when you flip the lid open, you got the same thing here on the inside of that box. Now for the Jordan 4s, you're gonna see that classic cement print speckle all throughout with the white and gray on the paper, and peeling that back, you're gonna have the white paper wrapping each shoe individually. I haven't even unboxed these yet. They're still wrapped. They've been sitting in here for a couple months. And then you got the shoe. Oh, you got the shoe. Now before we get into all the details and the materials and how the hype came and went and the different emotions from different collectors over this past few months, you know we got to talk about the history first. Back in 1989, we saw the Air Jordan 4 release in 4 original colorways. You had the fire red, the white cement, the black cement, and the military blue. Since then, we have seen hundreds of colorways and retro iterations over the years. And you guys know, Jordan brand has been around since 85, and this is 2025. So that means what? The 40th year anniversary. Because of the anniversary, they wanted to create the Rare Air pack, and they decided to give us kind of misplaced and different types of sample iterations over the years, all jumbled into a simple retro, giving us the Jordan 1s, the Jordan 3s, the Jordan 4s, and they took the idea and concept of shoes having misplaced prints, misplaced swooshes, things being messed up in the production process or the sample process over the past 40 years. And that's kind of why we got the thought and inspiration of all these different colors on the shoe, yet it's so simple but still a different mixture of colors as well. And for example, if you guys remember on the Air Jordan 3 how we had the backward swooshes on the tabs, another great touch, and again a nice note to that. Or on the Jordan 1s with the collars, and they have the different brandings on the inside and the outside of the ankle. And as you guys know, there's going to be a Rare Air Jordan 11 set to come out this holiday as well. Now there's a couple cool details that I want to kind of say for the review element of this video, but that kind of just gives you guys a quick briefing on how we got to this point. And I'm sure at this point a lot of you guys have these, are still kind of deciding if you want to add them to your collection or not. So starting with this shoe, we're going to go with the bottom on the outsole, and you'll notice you have your classic Air Jordan 4 bottom. You got the different switch up on the color pattern, so you're going to have the red, the blue, the gray, the sail. All the colors that are basically integrated into the shoe are going to be featured on the bottom of the shoe. Now this blue kind of has like a, I don't know if like a deep navy or almost even like a purple hue to it. Like it's very, very nice. I like how they went with this, not giving us that just standard like royal blue that we typically get. I like how it has its own kind of unique tone at the same time. Now going up to the midsole, you'll notice same thing here. You don't have any red technically on the midsole because this is the rubber wrapping around the backside, but you have that blue here on the front end, and then your two-tone midsole on the back end, sail colored with the black on the top half, and the same thing on the inside of the foot. Now looking at the exposed air unit, you'll notice around the heel, you'll see that you have an all white air bubble right there. And going to the upper, you have essentially the same material throughout the upper. It's a little bit different on the mudguard area, but I would say a little bit more hairy, a different type of suede. Now when this shoe was first shown, debuted, whatever you like to call it, everybody was going crazy for these. Resale price was insane, $500, $600, $700. For my size being a 13, they were taxing, and I knew I could wait. I didn't know they were gonna go for this low, but I knew that they were gonna go down because for some reason that's been the new sentiment lately. Things are happening and then they get hyped up and then they just tank right before the release. You get the shoe, you might even catch it on sale depending on it. These, prime example, these sat for a while. The big sizes sold out a little bit faster, but I was able to get them for a good deal, so definitely a happy camper. Now continuing on with the shoe, you're gonna notice not only the materials, but you have the shape. The shape is giving you that OG shape. This is what we have been loving with the Air Jordan 4s. They have become more comfortable, they have become a better shape, and people are just loving this. It was a completely different vibe back in the day when you had the 2006 era with the fire reds and the lightnings and the militaries and all the stuff that was coming out. Completely different type of shape. It changed, and then it changed again with the remastered series, and then it changed again to now this current era of giving us that OG shape. And for those that don't know what I mean by the OG shape, you're gonna see a bigger separation between the arm here where you see those stitch lines in this area. So you can see I could stick a couple fingers there. On the other one, it might just be like a finger's length just on this separation here. And then when it comes to the front end on the toe box, again, very, very different with that. A lot more sleek, less boxy. And the biggest indicator is going to be the tongue. You have the material wrapped around the back end, and you can't see that gray on the tongue right here. Yo, just real quick, wanted to interrupt and let you guys know we're getting very close to 400,000 subscribers, so make sure you hit that sub button because I cannot wait to do this giveaway. Let's continue on with the video. Now these come standard with your all black nets and mesh, similar to the shapes with the diagonal look. It has a little bit more of a gooey and stretchy feel to it as well when it comes to that. Now you have your red TPU eye stays at the front end and the black on the top connected to the arms. These come standard with a pair of all black laces. You have another set of blue laces and they're kind of like washed. It has that OG vibe. The OG Royal Ones, this is a prime example. If you look on the laces, you'll see it kind of has like a purple and a bluish kind of look to it as it's faded over the years and changed. I like how they added that element to the new laces and kind of gave a nod to that OG 85 look as well. Next up is a hit that we do not get to see too often. You have the original undefeateds obviously, and then you have the new retro, and you have the tour yellow Air Jordan 4s as well. So on here you have your classic Air Jordan 4 patch, all black with the red Jumpman and the white flight text, and if you peel that off, you'll notice you have your Air Jordan with the Rare Air branding just below that in the white text as well. Now, these ones in particular, I heard during All-Star weekend was the time the most that we saw it out there at All-Star. They were giving out a lot of pairs with the gold text. We've heard different percentages, and we have photos right here. I don't have the pair with the gold text, but I do plan on getting those. I would love to have both versions. They sprinkled in random pairs with the gold text, so when you buy them, you don't even know until you peel the tongue off and you realize like, oh, I got the pair with the gold text, which is honestly a pretty cool feature. And looking inside of that collar right there, you're gonna see similar blue like we saw on the bottom of the shoe. I would say a little bit more brighter. The bottom of the shoe is definitely a darker blue, but I would say a lot more similar to that midsole color on the blue there. Looking at the sock liner, same thing, all blue with your Rare Air branding and the Nike swoosh. And then let's check out this insole and see what we have here. Looks like a polyurethane insole. Very nice. Now going to the back end of the shoe, like I was talking about with the Air Jordan 3s, if you notice on the 4s, they actually didn't do the backwards or reverse or whatever you like to call it tabs. They made both of them align and identical, classic to the standard OG style with the Nike Air branding. Would I have liked them do it on this one as well? Yeah, I thought it would have been dope. Maybe, you know, if they had one backwards on one foot on the 3s, they do the opposite and have that one backwards on the other foot on the 4s. And obviously you can't put them together, but you kind of get what I'm saying, like one is mismatched, the other one's mismatched or something. Or hear me out, what if they took the Jordan 3 back tabs and put them on here and the Jordan 4 back tabs and put them on the 3s? Would that be crazy? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comment section. Another touch that we cannot forget to mention is that Air Jordan 4 hang tag. You got the metal beaded hang tag. This is something that so many people complained about on the white cement 4s because it had the plastic. When you break it off, you can't turn it into a keychain, yada yada, whoop-de-whoop. Well, you got it on these. Now this year has been loaded with a ton of great Air Jordan 4s, a ton of great retros, a ton of great releases. There's just so much going on. And I think that is part of the factor as to why stuff is getting out of people's budget. There's too much to spend, let alone pay resale for it. So if you're buying it for retail alone and you bought all these different shoes, that price, depending on taxes and shipping, depending on which retailer you purchased it from, and if you had got it online or this, that, the, so many other factors. So not only just the retail price point, but again, the other elements to it, things start to stack up, things start to add up. This shoe though, in particular, there was so much hype around this shoe building up to the release, and it had went from like New York Fashion Week the previous year, 2024, because I remember going and seeing them during that time when I was out there, and then building up until this drop, and then it kind of just like it was a dud. It was crazy. And a lot of people were shocked. And other people were like, I saw it coming. So be honest with me. Tell me how you felt about the Jordan 4s after the release and what you thought before the release. Don't try to act like, oh yeah, I knew and you didn't know. And if you did know, let me know. But be honest, like truly tell me your thoughts and opinions. I'm glad I could finally get this video out. If you guys want to see any other releases that I picked up that I've missed out on and I'm trying to get caught up for you guys, let me know down below in the comment section. We got plenty more stuff to come. I appreciate you guys as always, and again, we're getting very close to 400,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys in another one.
I would never let you down, it's in my DNA. The only choice I like to make, what I'ma wear today. I would never let you down, it's in my DNA. The only choice I like to make, what I'ma wear today. I was made for it, it's in the DNA.